All right, so same as always, it's y'all can just bring any questions you may have. So bakery people, if you used HeatSeeker yesterday, is there anything you want to ask or anything more conceptual? Even some of the basics I can get into, or I can at least point you to a few resources. And then anyone in Asgard, as y'all have been charting, scanning tickers, taking any plays, just let me know what questions you may have. Otherwise, I might just launch in and start doing like individual tickers if no one brings any questions. Holy crap, car got murdered. All right, I guess that was due at some point. All right. Yeah, otherwise I'll just start scanning a bit, honestly. This new Vex toggle really annoying me. Mango, do you mean for individual tickers or for indexes? But yeah, I can go ahead. Yeah, so basics on how to use it, Mango. So the most important thing you're looking for is just strong levels, right? Strong numbers, strong volume. Um, Both positive or negative, so yellow or purple, can deflect price, right? And sometimes strong volume is actually not yellow or purple. Sometimes it's green or blue, depending on just what the numbers are. So I'll start there. Is like you want to mark out your zones of interest, even if prices are not there yet. You're essentially waiting for price to get there, and we know once we do get there, market makers have a lot of sort of like hedging obligations at those levels. So a lot of times price will get a good reaction, a good reversal, right? So that's the main thing you're looking for. Obviously, if you're doing indexes, you're tracking SPX, SPY, QQQ. So you want to see, okay, if one is going to bounce upwards, you want to see that argument on a couple of them, right? And you get that agreement, if that makes sense. And those are going to be the best trades you're taking there. The other big thing is know how the sign of the node influences the price behavior. So positive tends to be a bit more dampened, negative a little more volatile. So that helps us on the entry, right? Because if we know it's a more volatile reaction, a lot of times we're going to wick under the level, so we can get a cheaper fill on any, whether it's puts or calls, we can get a cheaper fill that way. Whereas if it's a positive node, we know it's going to be a little bit slower as it approaches. So it can still get a reaction. It's just probably not going to overshoot as much. Now, again, these are typical, this is like general advice, right? Always there's going to be some exceptions, but always best to go with what's going to happen the majority of the time. Um, Yeah, so that's really what I'd say there. I think um Mango, yeah, so the confluence is going to be pretty important. So obviously with indexes, you can find confluence from SPX, SPY, QQQ, even VIX and IWM some people use. Confluence on individual tickers still exists. It's just in a different way. So if you're charting NVIDIA, right, you probably want to be checking SMH, right? So you want to check the sector ETF, see what that looks like. And if you get good alignment, that's probably a trade that's more likely to work out, right? Also, especially for any of these like big um these large cap tickers, right? If you're trying to long it, it's a good idea to also check just what is the overall market looking like it's going to do. Because if SPX, SPY, QQQ are all pointing bearish, and you're trying to large, I don't know, Microsoft long, there's less of a chance that'll happen if the overall market is trending down. So with individual tickers, you can find some confluence from the sector ETFs and just the overall market. So that's like the quick crash course. There's a lot of nuances, but like I would go topic by topic. So first thing is volume. Next thing you can look at the sign. Then after that, you can really start honing in on some setups. So either what I'd recommend, Mango, I think I sent it in. So if you go to heat seeker analysis and go to the pin messages, either go through the link Jules sent, the skylit.learn, or go to Glitch's YouTube and watch some of those. Another thing you can do is on my channel, I have a few like because Glitch's videos are quite long. They're the best information you can find, but if you don't have an hour and a half to go, sit through one, I have a few videos on my page, I think in the playlist called Heat Seeker Fundamentals, which are just like 10, 15 minutes. And it sort of goes through these topic by topic. So I'm still trying to update more of those, but that'll be a quicker way that you can sort of get a grasp of this. And then, I don't know, yeah, maybe you watch those during the week and maybe on the weekend you have more time, you can watch some of Glitch's stuff. All right. Yeah, hopefully that helps, Mango. And then anytime you have questions, like you can DM me or message in the server within. bakery. Just feel free to ask the questions there. All right. All right. Yeah. In that case, I'll just start charting unless if people start asking questions, yeah, I'll start answering them. Otherwise, yeah, I just don't want to sit here in silence. So I'll start looking through a few tickers, honestly. It's been a while since I've done individuals, but yeah, probably I should be doing individuals more than what I have been. So AI, I don't think it'll happen this week, but AI is flagging pretty nice. So we can see maybe next week. If either if we sweep this downside liquidity or this upside, maybe we get a good reversal, a good move on AI. Um, yeah, Uber. Uh, Wait, whoever's on Zoom, can you send that message in like the general chat, not the like you send it to me privately. Can you send in the general chat, please? All right. All right, so Uber, let me see. So Uber, we just pushed away from like 79-ish, 78, 79-ish. So we have like these couple notes here look like they rejected. I would expect if we check this replay that yesterday we had almost all the volume up there, and even today at open. Is the spot price wrong, or did it gap down in the morning? Wait, give me a second here. Okay, the spot price. All right. So Uber, yeah, I got a ton of volume rolling down as it dropped today. This is taking forever. Wait, let me do this. Let me do this with the 10 minute. All right. Yeah, so you see 76, 75, 74, like all those showed up. So then I think what may have happened here on Uber is, oh, wait, that's interesting. Next week's node is also growing. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of this 80 volume to roll to next week. So what you want to look for actually is, so it looks like for this week, ceiling was 80. We got a large drop, and now another one has stepped in at 76. So if we're able to catch a bounce here, it's possible, but also this is a triple bottom, so I probably wouldn't be playing that. So then at this point, the conservative play would be wait for it to hit all the way down at 73, 74, and then see if you can get a reaction back into next week. But you can still argue 75, 76 is a pretty good floor. But yeah, 73 would be safest there. But yeah, it looks like we come hit this support resistance flip and then a lot of volume roll to 80 next week. So honestly, that might be, does Uber have earnings coming up? It's a pretty strong node. No, earnings is after that week. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, maybe push back towards 80. If we're able to hold this, otherwise it may dip. Now the chart thesis isn't as strong down here. Actually, no, we do have a level here. We do have a level all the way from back here on these wicks. So you could also be looking, if we come down, test this level 73-ish or a little bit under, that would be the safer bet on Uber because there's really no volume under that. And then, or if you want to take it like way further out, yeah, I guess you could also do a starter position here. If we dip to 73, add a little bit and then play a push up towards 80 and higher. For I guess OPEX has some higher nodes, but again, I'm more basing this off of next week's node at 80 than anything. Eggs, is this where we ask questions? Yes. Okay. Yeah, let me get through the bakery tickers and then I'll switch over to y'all in on the Zoom. So Uber, take on MU after. I mean, yeah, I'll just give you my opinion on MU based on the map. Wait, MU ripped crazy today. So I think MU, yeah, this 440's been here all week. So I think I had chatted with someone who took it off 440 actually. Can't remember. We actually came down and almost tested it again today, right? We hit 441. And then we just got a straight rip. So it looks like next level incoming would be I guess 500 would be next level that you'd be looking for. Or to see if we can come and retest 470, which aligns with this sort of like higher time frame. We got this double top. So if we come retest 470, that looks pretty good. It looks like that this is where we've rolled the next floor towards. Otherwise, 500 is where we may start rerunning into trouble. 482, we do have volume there. It's just let me check the higher time frames, but yeah, it's not as good as a chart thesis. So I'd probably wait for 470 if you're waiting for like a kind of pullback here on MU. All right. So muffin, hopefully that helps. I don't even know if we have UEC. Oh, we do. All right. UEC. All right. UEC looks like 14.5, good floor. That's what we kind of bounced off of yesterday and today, actually. This just has very light volume. There's not much volume at all. The next 2 weeks have nothing. Even OPEX, like we have 324. That's pretty low volume overall. So at least for now, it looks like we may still stay in this range here, but it's hard to say on UEC. Like 14.5 really the only level. It looks like we haven't yet gotten this volume to roll higher and reshuffle. So it's hard to establish like a target or a resist ceiling on the upside as well. It's hard to tell. So yeah, UEC. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have my eyes on it too closely. It's a bit quite low volume. Tesla just had earnings. There's not much point in me checking that one until market opens and it reshuffles tomorrow. So I'm not really gonna check that. BMNR looks good off this 24. It's kind of a triple top though. Or 21.5. Either of these levels look pretty solid actually. Like here we have pretty strong. Held as resistance like a good 3, 4 days, broke above, and now we're holding above. This had actually both of these levels have already been tested a couple times though, so probably size light on this if you're gonna trade it. Let me look at VEX on BMNR. It's looking pretty bullish, like I guess towards 26 in May OPEX. Um, but yeah, this is a big zone of negative gamma. Like it's 24 is definitely the strongest level, and it's the one that makes sense on the chart. This could reject a little early. Like honestly, even here off this wick, it's possible we get like a kind of, I guess like a head and shoulders if you track those. Otherwise, I probably wait for see if we can come sweep some of this liquidity down here and then get a bounce. What is difference between Gex and Vex? Oh, Gex is based on gamma. Vex is based on Vanna. So they're just derivatives of different things. Gex, second order derivative of delta, and then Vex, derivative of the volatility on a contract. So now you don't actually need to know all that. Like that's, I mean, if you want to read into that, I can send you some stuff. But the thing we need to know about it is that Gex is just better for short term. So Gex is quicker for these nodes will sort of readjust a lot quicker. They'll reshuffle quicker. So it's better suited for day trading on the indexes, or if you're doing weeklies on individuals, it's better suited for that. Whereas Vex tends to be a more long term. So you'll notice all the nodes on Vex they're always stronger. Like number wise, they always have higher volume. And we look at those more as like long term gravitational pulls. So if you're doing like medium length or long term positions, that doesn't mean you start to ignore the VEX. Like you still use the GEX to find strong floors or ceilings, but if your long term bias based on the VEX and the chart is upside, then you want to look for strong floors on GEX so you can still get a good entry, but just hold it longer if you see the VEX is really favoring your thesis. Okay, coin. Yeah, people have been asking for coin like all the time. I don't, let me see here. Looks like coin we had a 195 node. Got to push up. Yeah, we have kind of this triple top forming here. So we really need to break above that. So that would be like this 210-ish node. So at this point, yeah, I'd probably want to see like break retest of like 210 to 215 before playing any further upside. Um, But yeah, like I think a lot of tickers, like the market overall, right after the rip it had, I think needs a good amount of time to just consolidate, maybe retrace a little bit, and then maybe if you're looking for a further leg up. So um, I probably wouldn't long coin yet. This is 205. Let's see here. This 205 is a decent node, like as a floor. Now the issue is you immediately have that 210 right above, right? So yeah, I'd much prefer to clear 210 and then we have like a larger runway, right? A larger air pocket to push upwards. Yeah. Iran. Oh my goodness. What? Oh, there we go. Oh, this map is pretty ugly. Looks like we have this 45, 45.5 as a floor. That's about it. That's about all the major volume. 47 is trying to build a bit. Yeah, I would say safest thing is just come wait for get some liquidity sweep down here. I don't know what this 46 line I have drawn is. I think that's old. But yeah, I ran right now at least pretty low volume, so I don't yeah, and like this 45 level already held actually twice in the last couple weeks. Well, once on Monday. Actually, is this Tuesday? Oh yeah, my bad. Tuesday, and then once last week. So yeah, I guess see if we can retrace back down there. Otherwise, yeah, on upside, there's not much here. Like these 50 nodes are quite soft. I mean, even the OPEX one could come into play, right? But we've t again, upside's also been tested quite a few times, so it can play that rejection light size or wait, see if it breaks. If we could break retest and you can long it, get a continuation play higher, like a reversal off that retest, then that has good potential on Iran. That's how. Oh, what's up, man? Bind. Yeah, I think Hans had his eyes on Bind too, right? Han Akamatsu on Twitter. Why is Bind not on my? Oh, it's not on my list. Yeah, so I'll be honest, I don't know how Han reads this thing. Like all the nodes are just compressed on downside. We definitely have a reverse rug pull on 1 and 1.5, but we also just rejected from 1.5. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I guess you could have bought like share because I guess you can buy shares overnight, right? You could have bought shares off this $1 retest. Um, but let me see the Vex. Yeah, I guess Vex to $2 by OPEX. I mean, that is like huge returns on shares actually. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's probably playing the reverse rug pull. So I guess it's not too late to get in, or if we come retest one, you could just get a second chance at this one. But Ben, it might also be good to check flow on this, right? Like I feel like especially the stuff that's like Ben, it moves. It's either moving big or nothing, right? So checking flow might be a good idea just to see if anything's hit the tape lately. And get a strong push there. But yeah, I generally I generally don't trade stuff this cheap for the exact reason that these maps get so compressed, it's a little trickier to read them, right? So I don't know how you feel that salad, but or I would also check Han. Like I think Han put like a really like a more thorough breakdown of it on Twitter. Um, but yeah, that's what I say. Like the $1 level still looks strong. I mean, like we came rejected off of it, a pretty clean break and retest on it. Actually, I wonder. Wait, let me look at what this looked like yesterday morning, because that was really when it was all the way up there. Like we skip one. Oh, that's interesting. So this $1 node flipped positive. Interesting. Yeah, so yeah, honestly, off $1, you could probably look for it again. Hopefully, hopefully we get a second chance and it wasn't just yesterday that it gave that entry. Nokia? I don't even know Nokia's ticker. What is that? XT, am I doing it from the infamous No, I'm not doing it from my ironing board. The ironing board, I generally just do one-on-ones from that. Um, no, as you can see, this is way too big of a monitor to just be my laptop or the like the dinky extra one I got. The ironing board is a meme, y'all. Hopefully y'all don't think I actually work like that. What is the Nokia ticker? No one's telling me. Oh, knock. I'm dumb. No, is it? Wait, what? Is it this thing? Is this even on heat? All right, yeah, this is not even on the tool. I mean, it looks like we may have a break and retest here. Wait, let me look further out. I thought this company was dead. I don't even, or was it Kodak? I think. Holy, wait, Nokia's on a crazy run. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this one. Earnings, I have no idea. Earnings are a gamble, anyways. Wait, Feno Rafa, like if they have earnings tomorrow, like it actually doesn't matter, right? Unless you already have a position. There's not really anything we can do about this. So I don't know if I have too much to say there. Yeah, service now. Unless you're trying to play shares on earnings. Oh, ServiceNow just got killed. Wait, ServiceNow just had earnings. Why did I pull up MBIS? Wait, guys, don't ask me about stuff that has earnings that just had earnings or has stuff earnings in the morning. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. Like those things are already, uh, it's out of our control. We can't enter a position. So, I'm just gonna skip all those. All right, let me swap over to Zoom. See if there's some questions here. Oh, you got stocks. Wait, Fennel, you have stocks. Okay. Yeah, again, Nokia's not on the tool though. So I mean, it looks like a good support resistance flip. I mean, yeah, obviously earnings will either bounce you hard or just completely wreck that level. So, all right. Someone asked for a Novo Nordisk. His 40 level looks good. If we come back up, retest this, maybe got a flip here, flip to a resistance. Let's see. And also, like, this is a level that's held really strong over this week, next week, and UPEX week. So a lot of times those are pretty nice setups. Um, so yeah, maybe if we retest 40, can short it back down. But if you're long-term bullish on Novo Nordisk, actually, what you'd be looking for here, what does this chart look like longer term? Wait 1 second. This chart is a mess. If you're more bullish on it long term, what I'd be waiting for is see if we can break above 40, like break retest or just a full break. Because it looks like we have a lot of bullish volume actually at 45. And I think there's a gap fill on the higher time frames. But at least right now, that 40 is looking like resistance. So just stick with that. We haven't tested this level either. I guess you could count this as a test. We hit 39.7. If we get a second test, you can count on this to hold, see if you can get some downside there. All the way down to 36. I don't know if I'd target 36.5. Probably start trimming out. If this move happens, you'd probably trim out like 38 to be safe. All right, Novo Nordisk. Okay, eggs. Yeah, thanks for sending that in here. Can you go over the move on SPX from 12.15 to 1? Yeah. What was the move from 12.15 to 1? Does it this pop or the downside drop? All right, so 12.15. Oh, sorry. Pretty bad allergies today. All right, so 12:15. So let me see. It's like off this 710 node. This is not a very nice setup at all. There is terrible divergence today. Um, I don't know if I really call this a setup at all. Um, like firstly, it depends just what index you're looking at. If you're looking at QQQ, you're getting killed. The reason I don't like this setup, I like the setup that happened as soon as that ended, right? Eggs. So as soon as it at 1 p.m. hit, that setup I like. So at 12:15, it looks like a reverse rug, but then it dumps until 1. Yeah, there's definitely a reverse setup on QQQ, but remember, like 1 is lunch hour, so I wouldn't be trading this reverse setup. But 2, reverse rug pull setups are best when you actually tap the positive node, right? Because at that point, what you've done is you've overshot the negative node. It's kind of rubber banded, like you pull a rubber band, so it'll sort of spring back up, and you're tapping the positive node. So always on rug pulls and reverse rug pulls. And if you watch like any recap video I have on these, you know that I'll mention you should be waiting at least for the midpoint or for a full tap. Like if you're waiting for 652, you're bottom ticking this, right? You're bottom ticking this 1 p.m. to like 120 move, right? So at this point, and SPY looks like it's kind of just in the middle, right? It's in between 711 709. So same thing, right? You're waiting for 652 to tap on QQQ. When we tap 652, we're going to be tapping 709 as well on SPY. So like this setup actually looks good for upside. I mean, I get that SPX dropped, but like, let me see. Yeah, I don't think this is much of a downside setup at all. This is just okay. We see some very clear floors. Let's go ahead and wait till those tap, and then yeah, if you would have waited for that, you would have had a really clean trade to the upside here. So that's my opinion on that one, X. SPX, I guess 7120. Yeah, SPX to 7120 kind of broke below. So I guess let's look at. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying the rug pull on SPX? So we did break a bit below on there, of course, but 709, 652, like these are still holding a huge amount of volume. So generally I'll either go with the majority or if you don't like this conflict, or like you said, like if you don't like the discrepancy on the indexes at any given moment, just don't trade it, right? And just skip that. But yeah, that's what I do there. On QQQ, it looks more like consolidation SPX. 7130. I mean, yeah, SPX drops like 10 points, right? But yeah, to me, there's not really a clean downside move there, X. Like to me, I'd be looking at that and saying, okay, I'm waiting for those floors to play out. Um, because generally the other thing is like I don't like to take a trade like at 12:05, right? Or was it 12:10? What was the timestamp out? Yeah, 12:10. F 12:10. This looks like we have a dollar of space to the downside, right? So about 10 points on SPX. I usually don't take trades that only have that much space. Like I prefer to see more room, right? So when we get to 709, a push upwards is better. You know, we have $2 of room in theory to run, so it's a better risk reward there. I don't really play anything that has just a dollar of upside or downside. I just don't view that as a good enough risk reward to trade. So yeah, I know we moved down on SPX, but like yeah, the fact QQQ stalled and didn't move at all, like to me, this is not really a clean setup. Once we go tap 709, 652, that is a better setup. So yeah, I would have just at that moment just wait for lunch to pass and then see if you can catch that play on the tail end. Yeah, no problem, X. Hopefully that helps. Okay, what do we have here? AAO, AAOI. Yeah, I think a few people were asking about this. All right. So, oh man. Well, I mean, yeah, this bounced off 140 today. So this floor held perfectly. Yeah, actually, I wonder what that looked like. So they had slid another level down here at 129. So it wasn't the bottom of the range, but it's definitely a very strong floor. We got there at 140. We also had like there's a little rough level here, right, from this double bottom. So we bounced a little early, but definitely sorry, not early. We actually overshot a little bit on 140, but so it was pretty good setup there. I guess upside resistance now 170. I doubt we go back to like we've dropped pretty hard off that 170 tap Tuesday morning. So you'd be looking at 150. 150 can potentially flip. See if we flip this to ceiling, then there may not be too much upside here. Or you could look for 140 to double bottom and then play more upside on AAOI. All right. I think people in both groups had asked about that one. How do you look at something like AMD? Oh, if it's in all-time highs, let me check. Oh, well, this sucks. Yeah, I had an alert here. This is probably from a previous office hour. I had an alert here waiting for a pullback, and they just never, this thing just kept ripping. Um, Wait, why do I keep, all right, AMD. Yeah, so with all-time highs, I generally don't like trading all-time highs for this reason. Like, especially like these are pretty shallow pullbacks. They're not even a pullback at all. This is really just consolidation over 3 days and then another push. But what you'll want to do is like floors will just keep grinding up with price. So like right now, 300 is grinded up as next floor. So you really just want to like keep longing off those floors if they keep rolling up with price. Apart from that, it's not much else to do. Like it's pretty hard to short all-time highs. Like you'll notice there's like these are pretty small, pretty minimal moves to the downside. So I really wouldn't get in the way of it. But unless you see a very strong level, so like a lot of times if I want to short all-time high, it's a good idea to look for these levels that are held across several weeks. So if we had, I don't know, 325 strong volume on both this week and next week, that can be a good idea. Or I would trust that level a bit more to short. But yeah, right now it's a bit hard to short when you have 300 just sitting right there as a floor, right? So yeah, our list, I tend to just not trade them very much at all. I'll be honest. All right, so Palantir got a strong 150 level. Yeah, I guess 150 would be this wick over here from yesterday. Kind of have a zone here. Some bottom wicks, so some of the top wicks are actually up here at 150. So it's like more of a zone actually. Like I should probably draw like a full rectangle here. But it's actually, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Why not? So we've sort of had like this zone here, right? Which has been rejecting price both ways. So yeah, if we can retest 150, if you want to be really safe, you wait for the bottom edge, see if we retest this sort of double top, this 148-ish. Um, Yeah, Palantir looks like this Vex is messy, but it looks like we do have some volume up here at 160. So if we hold here, that's probably what you'd be looking for. You probably want to trim out at this highs over here, right? Don't just want to hold. I guess this 160 double top is pretty clean too. Yeah, you probably would trim around here 156, then see if you leave runners for further. But yeah, it looks like we have cleared this zone here, so looks decent. Vex King Node. Oh, sequence. You're looking for 200? Um, yeah, you can. I mean, next week is also favored upside, 165 to 175. We do have this downside node, but like the sum up here is larger than what we have down here. So there is more total upside than downside. So you can do more of a swing. I would not target 200. Who has this sequence? Like I would be targeting 170 or like 180 maybe. So generally, when you have these stack of nodes, I do not target the highest one because these are all nodes that could get in the way, like these other levels. Or sometimes what will happen is this volume at 200 will just start to gradually roll lower. So this target sort of fades as time goes on, and then these emerge as like the primary targets. So I would always say like it's better to it's better to target the cautious level And then if we still get that move to 200, all the better. Like you'll still have the play. But if you target 200 and we get a move to 170, like if you do the opposite, it's not going to work out in your favor. All right, Dixon, Nokia, what do they do? I have no idea. I'll be honest. They must be trying to do some kind of, I don't know, they're doing some rebrand. I don't know. Like they've been actually, the ticker's been moving up quite strong over the past year, so I don't know what they're doing. Uh, oh, our list, I think I already did AMD. All right, Palo Alto. Palo Alto just got this 175 node. I guess it has this LPX node up at 190. That's about it. What's it look like on the daily or 4 hour? Yeah, it kind of rejected this level here, but it looks like it may hold this 170. So this 175 actually was a, shoot, that's not what I meant to do. Wait, sorry. This wick from earnings. So it's actually this is a pretty big, this is a good example of like I like to keep my after hours stuff on because sometimes these earning wicks can actually like I find that they do matter. Most of the other after hours is so low volume, it's pretty useless, but some of these earnings wicks are pretty useful to see. So I know Glitch actually thinks differently. Glitch will not turn on after hours levels, I'm pretty sure. But I do like seeing them almost only for those earning wicks. But yeah, you'll see 175 is where we rejected off. This was what, February earnings. That's, we rejected off it again like 2 weeks ago, and then now it looks like we may have broken above and we're trying to hold there. So, if we're holding there, we have 175 floor and try to long Palo Alto. I don't know how much these contracts cost, like to get like a 185 or for May 15. Um, but yeah, if overall market stays strong, then this could go quite well. If you're long in this though, I would watch out for this 180 level. This 180 level had there's a really strong support in the past. So just keep an eye on that. So Jasmine, hopefully that helps. Oh, Jewel's in here? What's up, Jewel? Oh, our list. Yeah, one last comment on AMD is you can also look into like fib extensions or standard deviations, although like with a move like this, we haven't gotten any retracement at all. So I think even those would be messed up. Like usually standard deviations, what you do is like you'll take I guess I usually do it on indexes. I don't know if it actually works the same on these stickers, but you take like a manipulation leg. So then you have this manipulation leg, and then you'll see that around 2 to 2.5 is actually where it stalled out a little bit. But AMD's just been really strong, so I don't. Yeah, I just probably wouldn't short this at all, to be honest. Yeah, like even on a fib extension, I don't even know where you'd be drawing that because like we've just had such a strong put. I guess you'd be doing it here actually. So October, actually, this was a crazy play that I think Heatseeker, someone caught this off of X. So if you're drawing your fibs here, I don't usually do the extensions, but let's see. Let's see if this works out. Okay, yeah, so you have your golden pocket and your second golden pocket. So these actually held really well. So now you get your further push. So I think what people do, let me delete these. I think what people do is they'll set the 1.618. Oh, that's the wrong way. Negative 1 point. Whoa, that's way too far. Wait, is it just negative zero? Negative zero? Is this how it works? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so they'd be yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, Arlissa. Like so then yeah, we broke above that high, retested it, and now they go for the 0.618 past that. This is not something I ever do though, so Arlissa, you might want to reach out to what's this guy's name? To Magna. I believe he uses these. So he might be someone that can help you out there. Like that's my knowledge of how these work, but it's not something I do. Like I never done it. I just know in theory how it works. So I think Magna Trades does this uh more than he knows a lot about the extension side on the fibs. All right, let's do our ASTS. All right. Um, so 85. Yeah, it looks like right now we're kind of at this battleground here. Previous support, now it's a bit of a resistance. You kind of just need to be watching these, see which way is gonna hold, and then guess either play the break either side or break retest either side, but it looks like it's going pretty bullish. This 95 node is very large. Has that been there? 1.5K. Wait, has that been there since Monday? Ah, shoot, that was last week. Oh, actually, I don't know if I like that node as much. It's definitely grown. Let me look at tomorrow. Oh, so actually, yeah, a lot of this volume at 95 looks like it's rolled off from 100 lower. But I guess that makes sense. Like after we gap down, that 100 node may have been left over, so it does seem a bit quite far-fetched. Um, so yeah, if we're able to claim this level, maybe you can start looking at like 95 or even like just 90, right? There's support resistance flip here, so probably just target 90. But yeah, 95 would be like the stretch goal. Yeah, this 100 node died off and a lot of it rolled to 95, so yeah, I doubt that 100. I doubt the 100 will come back. All right, let's do our, if that helps. App loving. Yo, why is this? You just can't type fast. Has anyone else had this issue? Like you just can't type fast on the web interface anymore? Like starts skipping letter, like starts missing letters. Most frustrating thing. All right. Yeah, app loving. You can play. There's kind of a rug pull up here at 495, 500 actually. I know there's this gap at 497.5, but with the ticker this expensive, like I'm still looking at that as a gap, as a rug pull. So that may hold. So yeah, I see 520 might be pretty tricky. I don't know if I'd see this level breaking. It's also only the second time we tapped it, so it could be double top there. If you want to long towards that level, I guess yeah, you're looking 470. See if 470 will hold. I don't know what I have these fibs here for. 470 will be the next floor. This is a lot of volume up here, 520 though. Interesting. Lots of yeah, indexes had crazy divergence today. Yeah, I didn't. So someone brought up a good point actually. I forgot who had told me this, but just that when you have, right, our Monday daily candle. So firstly, our daily candle is completely inside of the Friday candle. So a lot of times we'll have a strong break the day after. But then when you have a candle, I guess this is candle range theory, right? When you sweep both the high and low of the previous day candle, oftentimes the day after is not that great. Um, so I think, yeah, someone had mentioned that to me, which I rarely check candle range theory anymore. Like that's something I did in the past, but it will hold true a lot of the time, actually. Like it is pretty useful. It's just very macro, and like I don't trade. I trade pretty like a lot shorter time frame nowadays. So then I don't bother checking it. All right. Anyways, so yeah, today was pretty disgusting on the indexes. GR, can I check AMD at 1250? Sure. 1250, I assume you mean Eastern. Is this a rug pull? I wouldn't really call it a rug pull. I mean, technically it is. because we are hitting. Like I know it's rug pulls are positive over negative. The reason I'm not calling this a rug pull is because I generally like for me to consider a rug pull, I want to see it be a significant negative node, right? Right now, these negative nodes are 1/10 the volume of 300, so I'm not really looking at that as a rug pull. Hopefully that helps. Who asked this? GR. So I mean, this is actually a bit of a reverse rug pull, but again, since we're not approaching from the upside, like you'd need to break above 300 for this reverse rug pull to play out. So at least at the moment, 300 is just kind of a. I mean, it looked like a ceiling, but it looks like we pushed above it actually. So I don't what did AMD look like end of day. Yeah, so it looks like now, we've claimed 300 as a floor there. Fib extensions. It's because I'm running Zoom too. Oh, that's a good point, Arliss. I had not thought of that. Yeah, I guess every time. Yeah, let me double check that tomorrow. Or I guess once I get off Zoom, I'll start spamming tickers into it and see if it struggles as much. But that would make a lot of sense. I'm running. I guess when I'm running Zoom and Discord streams at the same time, it's not the smartest thing. Yeah, I might have to start just doing it one Zoom link in both groups and then just have everybody in same chat. All right. Set IWM to 278. Yeah, it's weird we have like very little Vex up here. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, we do have very strong floor 275. Like both today, tomorrow. So it's possible we get a bounce there. This is a lot of negative gamma though. So like we start just dropping through that would put that at risk. Yeah, I don't know. What do the other indexes look like though going for tomorrow? Oh, SPY has a lot of downside. Wait, is that tomorrow? No, this is Friday nodes. Oh, okay, sorry. So into Friday. I don't know if I'm too convinced on upside. IWM definitely shows it the best. The other ones are showing a lot of ceilings. Arlissa. Inside days, trash price action. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Arlissa, like today, unless premiums were super deflated, which I don't think they were, we're staying in a $3 range on SPY. Like probably make a killing if you're doing put credit spreads or if you're just doing an iron condor both sides. All right, I'll swap back over to Discord. Service now I already went over. Palantir, MSTR. Yeah, I'll go over MSTR. So MSTR is kind of flagging there. Looks like it couldn't break over 180. The VEX is probably up here at 200. Yeah, I don't know if MSTR are gonna pump 200 or $20 2 days. I don't think so. Yeah, I guess you could look for 180 double top or even like a break retest if you're very bullish on MSTR. Yeah, you'd be looking to see if 180 can flip to a floor. I mean, this is definitely a lot of volume. What? All right, this map is super weird. We do have a lot of upside next couple weeks, but we have huge downside OPEX nodes. I guess that's because MSTR was trading so low over the past month, right? So yeah, around last OPEX, MSTR was down there at 140, so it's probably what that volume there is about. So now that it's had a crazy pump, I would think this 140 keeps tailing off, 150 grows, maybe an up here, 225 grows. Like you would want a lot of this VEX to start rolling higher. But yeah, MSTR, yeah, I mean, 180 didn't give much of a reaction here. Yeah, maybe break retest 180. I don't like trading MSTR though, I'll be honest. All right, Home Depot. Depot huge volume at 315. No way. If Home Depot somehow hits 315, this is gonna be like the best double bottom ever. Uh, yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, I don't really believe that. Guess if overall market starts crashing, Home Depot's near 400. Holy. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. So apart from that, it's like 330. We have a decent level, a little bit above 330 actually. Lines up with like the low of the range this week. 345 looks like yeah, that short already played out today. So yeah, probably at this point, either we retap 345, you can look for some entry there. Like there's this support resistance flip, support turn resistance. Otherwise, yeah, just wait down here till 330 and then you can try to long off that. This is really low VEX volume this week. This is a really weird map. All right, Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly had a great move a few weeks ago. Let's, yeah, it's not as clean as the map right now. So yeah, Eli Lilly, I'll just show y'all as an example of like, I guess a map I prefer. Oh, what day was this? Yeah, this one. So Eli Lilly, look, this is Eli Lilly 2 weeks ago. This is a great map, right? Like huge air pocket, strong ceiling, strong floor. You look at it now, we kind of have like 912 is probably our floor here, but we have 917 potential gatekeeper, 927 upside, 950. So it's like a much more compressed range. So yeah, I probably just wouldn't be looking at it like usually, especially a ticker this expensive. Like $10 is a big deal on some tickers, but on the Eli Lilly, I don't know. Yeah, I'd be wanting a lot larger range on it, David. Yo, who is this? Sean, what is the username, bro? BE. I don't know if you're trolling John Locke or not. I can't tell. It's hard to tell who's trolling these days. All right, BE. Man, yeah, so I charted this the other day too. We're just not retesting any of these levels. So yeah, 215 would have been absolute floor. Maybe, yeah, maybe this previous high may flip in, may step in at like 227-ish, come in as a floor. I guess, yeah, the wick is up here towards 227. But we've barely broken above. Like this is, I'm not too convinced this is like fully flipped at this point. Like we're just consolidating there. If we get a bit more growth here in 227, that'd be good. Then you can see if we get a push up to 250. There's a lot of volume up here at 250 though. So yeah, maybe VE, this 227 gatekeeper will be strong enough to serve as a floor. So I don't know if we're gonna dip back down here to 215. So yeah, you may have to keep your eyes on that. Otherwise, 220, I guess 220 gave this wick bounce. No, though, if we pull back, I'd probably just wait for 215. Gary, what tickers am I watching for tomorrow? I don't know yet. I haven't charted. Spy puts. I don't know about that. All right. Wait, let me get some water and I'll go through a few tickers that I usually like to trade. So generally, oh, that sucks. CoreWeave usually has some nice maps. Looks terrible right now. Rigetti. Oh, I'm in replay mode. Whoops. CoreWeave. Oh, never mind. It still looks like trash. Wait. Oh, this is a bug. Oh, yeah, that's a bug. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'll message the developer about that. So it looks like, yeah, interesting. Okay. All right, sorry about that. I need to message. I'll put in a message after this stream. Yeah, Ricketti's consolidating. Maybe 17. 17 has decent volume. We look and see if we can hold that. Yeah, I don't really trust these big pockets and negative nodes. Yeah, so I'll probably mark out 17, see if we go hit that. See what the map looks like at that moment. What else do I usually play? Datadog sometimes looks good. Not today. Snowflake. Uh, this looks decent. I don't know if I love this. Snowflake. Yeah, maybe 148 can catch price on Snowflake. We have decent volume there. Yeah, none of these look great. Qualcomm, yeah, I can look at Qualcomm. Qualcomm on a strong rug pull actually, 136. Oh, but we came from above. Yeah, so if this 136 is flipped to a ceiling, yeah, you'd really have to watch this one at open tomorrow. If we drop below and we're really holding 136, this can probably rug. But if we hold this 136 as support, like we're right at that flip point, right? If we can hold this, it's possible we push back up to this like this 139-ish. But it looks like a lot of this GEX rolled out of 140, 142 down to 146. So yeah, you're gonna have to keep your eyes on that like right out the gate. See whichever direction we go, either you're quick enough to just get in or you just let it go and then see if you retest, whether it's upside downside, just see which level holds and then play like a bounce back off of that. Qualcomm longer time frames. Oh, is this a longer term thesis? Drop to what though? Guess I don't know where you mean. Like down here to 120? 125, 130? Yeah, we do have this 125 OPEX node. Yeah, you could do that. I guess at that point, 125, you're playing this wick, maybe like a fib retracement. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't usually swing that long dated though. Like, I don't know. Yeah, if you're biased off 125, I would just wait for that. See if we can get some floors to step in next week or week after if we do pull back that far. Do you know why they're talking about it? Is it a flow thing? Is it because on the heat map, I'm not seeing anything too great. But I know a lot of them now are tracking flow. Oh, glitch posted. Well, shoot. Let me go see what he posted. Bruh, it's a whole thread. Wait, how do you read a thread on? Am I dumb? I like don't see all the comments. It says there's 20 comments, but there's only two when I open it. All right. If Glitch is saying Qualcomm's a good idea, just listen to Glitch. Don't listen to me. How did how does this thread work? Oh, I mean he's posting the whole reasoning there. It's more like a fundamental thesis. All right, yeah, this is a long-term hold. Trust Glitch. I mean, yeah, when we're checking heat seekers 5 expirations, this is not a very long-term thesis at all, right? Yeah, I don't get X. Oh, they show more comments because of, oh, okay. I didn't know that's how it works. Yeah, I'm logged in. I don't know. I don't know how to use Twitter. Yeah, this long-term position. Yeah, just have at it with shares. I got news. It's also got earnings coming up end of the month. I don't know what thesis. Glitch probably thinking long term. Yeah, long term this looks better, right? Going into like September. May OPEX doesn't look too strong. I mean, yeah, upside's favored. You start looking at June OPEX, August OPEX. Sorry, September is November. Next year, January OPEX. Now it's looking a lot more bullish, but I don't even check that many. I don't look that far out. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would not fade glitch. Boomer, yeah, I'm pretty, I'm pretty bad with that stuff. Especially Twitter. I tried Twitter. Like I have an account and all that, but like I posted a few times. I used to post like charts and stuff. Then I gave up, and people are just like posting BS. It's not very, it's not much useful stuff on Twitter. So then yeah, I gave up on that. Uh, bruh, the two people asked about AAOI. Nah, that's crazy. All right, I gotta switch to AAOI. But the bakery people they're not listening. And this is recorded, so you can also go back and look at what I said the first time. But AOI, yeah, 170, we have a really strong level that we rejected already off of. But even into next week, right? There's potential we can double top up there at 170. I think I was waiting for 140. Oh no, no, no. Oh, what I said on AOI is like the both trades for this already happened this week. 170 and 140 already bounced. So at this point, you're just waiting to see if we double bottom or double top. There's really no intermediate level. Actually, this 150. But yeah, to be safe, you'd be playing the extremes, right? You just wait for 140, 170, see if one side taps again, whether it's this week, whether it's next week. Um, that's what I'd recommend, J Ram. You could also look at 150, see if we break through it, see if we hold it. I generally don't like to take those trades. Like Jewel will do this. Jewel's very comfortable doing this actually. Like when you have an intermediate level, he's good at reading the PA, like the price action, seeing, okay, are we breaking above and holding? Are we going to reject here? I don't know. I guess I'm lazy, so I don't like to watch it that much. So I generally just wait for extreme high end or extreme low end. So yeah, 140, 170 is really all I'd be looking at there. All right. Yeah, I don't even know what else to check. I guess I'll just start spamming these. I'm at, bruh. Do the keyboard shortcuts not work either? Yo, this website, this new website's annoying me. Yeah, I'm at. Someone had asked me this one, like it has a very bullish staircase, right? Especially if you go to Vex, it's 410, 420, 430. Um, I swear I had a floor at 400. Oh yeah, it does. I don't think it actually retested it, right? Oh, if it retested 400 and I missed it. Oh my, okay, it did. Well, yeah, I fumbled this one. I talked about this on Monday. I swear. I'll go find that clip. I swear to God, I talked about this on Monday and said, okay, we're gonna either break retest this trend line or yeah, you can play the break retest of trend line and then just make sure this 400 level flips and this. Okay, well, yeah, I missed it. Wonderful. Okay, yeah, I need to start setting alerts on all these things I'm talking about. I'm pretty annoyed about this one. Because yeah, Amat had like it has a really good stair step setup, right? It's even apparent on on the Gex. Usually you see these only on the Vex. They show up clearly. This one even has it showing on the Gex. Okay. I'm actually kind of frustrated about that. Oh well. Circle. Circle's had a lot of chop around here. Yeah, Circle, we're at the lower end of the range. So yeah, you can be looking at this as a floor. The only weird thing here with Circle is that like the low end of the range is actually a rug pull, right? So the 104, 105 is a rug pull there. But yeah, probably just look for 105 to claim, and maybe you get a leg up towards 110. You get a push up to this resistance up here. That's probably what I do on Circle. But yeah, this one I don't like too much. Yeah, yeah, probably you're looking for 105 to claim there. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't try to long into the rug pull. I'd probably just wait for the rug pull to break above and then go ahead and take longs. Um, yeah. Yeah, Stuar Ahmad is running, so I don't maybe see if it retests that level I had drawn, or if some other floor slides in and we get a retest, but yeah, actually, yeah, after this, I'm gonna go find that clip, see if I can, I don't know. Let's just start clipping some of that stuff and make some recaps. Because I guess, yeah, actually, it'd be good to make recaps like that because those were I guess I made those. That stream was before before the move actually happened. So instead of it being retroactive, I feel like some people would also want to see some forward-looking recaps. All right. Yeah. What time is it? 10:40. Yeah, I'll stay on until 11 and do an hour and a half. Just flip through some other stuff. Ooh, what is crisp? I don't know what this thing is, but this is a nice map. So yeah, like crisp off 55. Like this is a really easy setup, right? It already bounced, I know, but like if that Eli Lilly example I showed a little bit ago is the same thing as this, right? Where you just have strong ceiling, strong floor, nothing else, and just like a huge air pocket, right? So a lot of times you get these with these some of these cheaper tickers. So I don't know if Chris has like good bid ask or if it's too wide or whatever, but yeah, Chris, we had ceiling at 59, we rejected like straight off 59 that came down, hit 55, and we got, dollar bounce in 3 hours. Like making good money there. Dollar and a half, honestly. So like these are some of the best maps I'll see. So this one, it's a bit low volume on the Gex nodes, but like these are some of the setups that I love to trade because there's really no thinking to do, right? Like you don't really need to look at 55 and say, oh, like are we going to hold that low? Are we going to break through? There's like no volume below, so you just assume it's going to hold and then just play that bounce, right? Sadly, it already happened, but yeah, it's a good example of a trade. What's the setup I like? Yeah, crowd off 465. Is crowd dumping off sympathy or something? Oh wait, no, I forgot we just got this news. Oh, bruh, fuck. Nasdaq down 100 points. I should have shorted this after news. Holy crap. I'm fumbling everything. What's up? Oh, okay. Thanks, what's up? Yeah, I hadn't realized. I think those two, and then like I'd imagine stuff is just gonna drop extra with, but I don't get it. Like, wasn't it fake? Those like strikes on Iran? On Iran, it was fake, right? That's why it was like dip and rally. Now they're just gonna dip it back through again. You know what? I don't know. If they're treating this as a news wick, we're gonna go sweep this liquidity at some point by end of week or something. But I know actually if you check, I think if you check NQ, uh give me a second here. Yeah, so if you check NQ, right, we had this like this was a perfect support resistance flip, but of course they leave it for after hours just to like cook everyone. And then they do this move in like 10 minutes. So like yeah, I don't know, probably nobody caught this. Unless they were degenning, unless they're degenning like the Globex opening on futures. But yeah, then anyone, yeah, I mean they probably liquidated so many people on that, so many prop accounts on that. All right. Anyways, okay, so that's why crowd was dipping. Thanks, thanks. What's up? They look at liquidity in Asia, Euro. Yeah, yeah. Now with the move like that, about to go get some garbage. New York session again. They've been running. They've been running like every trick they got lately. All right, CVX. Delta maybe. All right, Delta looks like it's coming down on a strong floor. 68 a good level on the chart though. Yeah, actually, yeah, Delta I don't mind here. What is love, Southwest? Oh, Southwest had earnings. Got you. Oh, American Airlines tomorrow. Tomorrow morning? Yeah, I guess any airline you want to hold off on until we get American Airlines earnings can also move some of this. Bro, what's up? Where you post your TA? I'm about to start reading your stuff. This guy knows everything on these sectors. No, but where? I don't know where everything is in the bakery. I don't check anything in here. Oh, on like the live stream. Oh man, never mind. I don't have time to tune in. Damn, this guy knows everything that's going on. Yeah, that broadcast got to be loaded. 'Cause I think Brent joins them too, right? Brent, Brent also cracked. That guy knows like all the like I've seen some of his. I'll read some of his stuff on Twitter. He's got like some super macro like reads. Because I don't know anything about macro, right? So I just go read what other people say. So Brent stuff's pretty cool, pretty good. Start picking apart sectors on breakdown. All right, yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'll message you. Maybe you got like Twitter or something, somewhere I can read this stuff. Because yeah, anything that's like on call, I don't have time to go through, especially during the day. But I try to read up on some of the stuff that I see from people. But usually it's pretty late at night that I'm doing all that. All right, John Deere. John Deere. This is a really weird wick. Why is this wick over here? Uh, I don't like John Deere. I usually, if I'm trading one of these, I'll trade Caterpillar. I find that it's a little bit better. Caterpillar just get rolling and have a huge move sometimes. Like honestly here, like Caterpillar broke out here, 795, 800-ish level. Oh, it looks like Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday was a retest. Yeah, maybe if we can retest 800 again on Caterpillar, worth taking a look at long. Now the issue here is this thing looks really bearish next week. Okay, so actually maybe avoid this. Yeah, so this one like chart, heat map, bit against each other, so I'll just skip on those usually. That's how I treat them. See, this dude, what's up? Already got something on Cat too. AI and reconstruction play. China deal in May. What's up? What's up? So you're saying play continuation on Caterpillar off 800? If we get that retest? China buys tractors? All right. All right, bro. I'll trust you like us that alert then. China buys tractors. Bet. This guy got me laughing. Yeah, let's see if there's anything else. All right, I don't trust DocuSign as a ticker, but this is a pretty clean map. DE spreads are trash. Sounds all right. Is Caterpillar any better? Who's saying this? Cheeky? It's been a while since I've traded those. Um, DocuSign held 97, but this is a really soft rejection. We're just consolidating up here. 84, we pumped off 84 on Monday. Yeah, I don't think that 84 is gonna come back around. I don't think we're gonna revert that whole week's move. That note stays around until Friday. I might zero DT it though as a lotto, but I'd expect that note to fade. Oh man, we can short the pizza. 370. Oh, these are monthlies. Yeah, I don't like playing monthly contracts. I'm not even gonna check this. Yeah, it looks like this may drop all the way down 340. This is a really low volume. 70? I guess if you're trying to short dominoes all the way down to this swing low, that volume's terrible. Watch list late May could go bearish on a more macro trend. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think Magna's also been saying that we're gonna be pretty bearish into mid-year. Although Magna loves playing downside, so sometimes I feel like he's a little biased. But he's usually pretty spot on. Yeah, you know what? Next week I'm running this on Zoom only. This is computer slow. All right, let's see if I find anything else. Some of these, a lot of these maps are looking like trash. Oh, this is Ethereum. Never mind. Hope you want Hood. Yeah, I'll check Hood. Consumer sentence. All right. Yeah, I don't think this happens. If Expedia comes and retests this swing high, looks pretty good off 250. Actually, this looks pretty nice. I don't know if we're gonna drop 15 bucks in 2 days though, but maybe this floor forms next week. This is a really low volume on a ticker though. Yeah, but honestly, yeah, I'd consider Expedia off 250. All right, Hood. Hopium on Hood for upside. Yeah, actually, I'd be looking probably more ups. Expecting more of a downside move. Double top. Yeah, I think downside looks on. It looks like they've rolled a lot of this volume lower, right? So I'd expect beginning of week 95 was probably holding a lot of volume. They've kept pushing it, probably like this volume rolled to 92. It looks like it's now 89 to 91. So we have a strong rug pull here. It's going to be pretty hard to clear all this volume at the moment, and probably 85 has just been growing as the week goes on. I would expect. Oh, there's no velocity because it's after. But I mean, actually, we can check that, right? I mean, we might as well just go to beginning of the week. Yeah, so definitely beginning of the week, we had a lot of more upside volume, and it's come more. Looks like it's rolled lower. Let's see. Yeah, definitely been rolling lower. Who said this? Yeah, what's up? I don't, yeah, it looks pretty good actually. Like this rug pull looks like a lot of volume drop down. I don't know when you caught it though, or if you're considering getting in. But I guess yeah, today, like off these ceilings. But yeah, yeah, I like what you're seeing there. Yeah, I mean the pull it doesn't look too drastic though, right? Like I think either this wick up here 86 or maybe even 84 can hold. I don't know what these fibs are. Let me look at you're holding commons though. Let me look at the more long term. I guess I don't know if this wick. Oh, this is like IPO wick. I don't know if that really matters, but yeah, IPO wick over here at 85. So yeah, and that was a big rejection here though as well. So actually, yeah, not a bad place to load hood. Oh, that's why I had that fib drawn. Did yeah, did hood just bounce off? Oh no, it bounced off the 0.707. Wait, damn, hood was clean. How did I? Man, I got too nervous to play individual tickers. I missed a bunch of good trades past couple weeks. Yeah, hood had a nice zone here. Earnings coming up next week on hood. Consolidations into earnings and crypto run. Yeah, looks solid. I don't know what you're earning, what your shares average is, but I don't think we dip below 85, 84-ish. All right. But yeah, yeah. If we just chop around here, that'll be good. Once it pops, maybe earnings gives it the catalyst, then you'll get nice push in your way. What's up? All right. MU. David, do you mean target like the ticker target or like price target for something else? I think I went over MU. What did I say about this? Hmm. Oh, I think I was saying like retest of 470 would look pretty good. We have a floor there. This 440 seems a bit out of reach. Like that's where we started the week, so I'd expect that volume shifting over to 470. So 470, good support resistance flip. Maybe that retest you can long. Apart from that, I guess 500 you could look at, but I steer away from shorting all-time highs usually. Target where all the white groups are. All right, okay. No, you confused me just because you spelled it out instead of putting in ticker. But yeah, yeah, we can look at target. Top blade. Wait, target been ripping. Wait, what the heck? Oh man, my target's been moving. All right. Hmm. So this 125, 126 floor looks good, right? It'll drop back down, retest these levels. That looks solid if we can get that pullback. 131. Ah, we pushed a bit above. Yeah, I don't know about that 131. Yeah, I'd probably just waiting for that floor. That's about it. No, I guess 131 doesn't really align with this ceiling with this swing high that we had, so probably just be waiting down there for 125, 126, see if we can get a push down and hold that for further up. David, MU, yeah, what's up? A lot that whole sector, I've hated how it's been moving. So just, like when I see sector, I just avoid those whole sectors. I'll be honest. Like when sectors are moving that crazy, I just if you're not already in it, then I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother with that. Give me a second here. All right. Anything else for today? It's at 11, so I may cut this here. Gotta try to go put some videos together, honestly. See if I can go splice out some of the stuff from Monday office hours, because I think a few of those trades actually played out, so I can make some recaps on that. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, what's I'm a DM you actually, or I don't even know if I've added you. I want to see if you got Twitter. I'll go read your stuff over there or somewhere. All right, yeah. Any other questions? Otherwise, if you don't post, okay, yeah. Well, I'll ask you where you post in bakery, and I'll just try to keep some eyes on that. But yeah, you got like your core knowledge of like the market and like each sector how it's going is crazy. I just stare at charts and tables all day. So, but yeah, I have very little like fundamental market knowledge. All right, yeah, hopefully this was helpful, everyone. And again, every week I'll be in here. Next week, I'm Baker. I forgot to set a reminder. Next week I'll send a reminder either day before or this guy. I'll send a reminder next week, uh, so people are all aware. All right. I hope everyone has a good night. And yeah, good luck. Good luck tomorrow and Friday for everyone. Today it's tricky today, so just yeah, be safe rest of the week. Looks like news is still going, so they're not really giving us any relief. All right, everyone, and then I'll post this recording on my YouTube like always. Thanks everyone for joining. Have a good night, all.